Greetings students. Today we are going to learn about a leading British company, Aviva. Most of us at least once must have heard the name of the company Aviva. Let us know this company in a much better way. Aviva plc is a British multinational insurance company headquartered in London, United Kingdom. It is the sixth largest insurance company in the world measured by net premium income and has around 43 million customers across 21 countries. It is the market leader in both general insurance and life and pensions in the UK and has major businesses in Asia, continental Europe and North America. Aviva has a primary listing on the London Stock Exchange and is a constituent of the FTSE 100 index. It has a secondary listing on the New York Stock Exchange. The name of the company upon its formation in May 2000 was CGNU plc. In April 2002, the company shareholders voted to change the company name to Aviva plc, an intended word derived from viva, the Latin for life, and designed to be short, memorable, and work worldwide. In April 2008, Aviva announced that it would adopt the Aviva name as its worldwide consumer-facing brand and that the Norwich Union brand would be phased out in the United Kingdom.
Mark, it's good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. Now let's talk about Aviva's performance in the first 6 months. What's your take on it?
Simon, in one word, satisfactory. So far this year, we've basically just done what we said we would do. There's been a number of highlights and some things we've got to work on as well. For example, the profit this year, the total bottom line profit after tax is £776 million. That compares to a loss last year of about £624 million. Now, that's quite a contrast.
What progress are you making in your investment thesis? In particular, how are you doing against your 5 key metrics?
So the investment thesis is crystal clear. It's about cash flow plus growth in that order. And below that, we've got the 5 key metrics, and that's what we run the business on. That's our key focus. If you look at cash flow first, cash flow is the money or the dividends we get paid from the subsidiary companies up to the group. Aviva is a profit-making machine. Our problem's been turning it into cash flow. So far this year, it's been adequate progress. The cash flow to group is about £600 million, and that's about a 30% increase on the previous year. In terms of growth, we measure that primarily by value of new business. The growth is about 17% increase, and there's been some pretty satisfactory results. And then our growth markets perform pretty well as well. It's pretty balanced.
What more would you want to say, though, about operating profit, expenses and core?
Well, operating profit, which is another key measure for us, is about £1 billion. That's 5% increase from the previous year. Again, satisfactory progress. Expenses has been a key thing for both the market to follow and for us. And you'll recall we put out a £400 million cost savings target. At a 9% reduction in actual expenses for the first half of the year, again, we're on our way to achieving that target. And then on core, it's been pretty stable at 96%. This is after taking a £70 million provision for the Alberta floods in Canada.
So Mark, what would you want to say today about the net asset value?
Well, Simon, the NAV's increased 3p, it's increased modestly to 281, and that's been impacted by 8p, and in fact 300 million provision on the commercial mortgages book. Now, I'm slightly irritated we've had to take that. It relates to a pre-2009 book. We've looked at it closely, we've looked at the loans, and I'm satisfied we've taken the appropriate action, including strengthening the management team.
Aviva can trace its history back to the establishment of the Hand in Hand Fire and Life Insurance Society in London in 1696. It was created by a merger of 2 British insurance firms, Norwich Union and CGU plc, itself created by the 1998 merger of Commercial Union and General Accident as CGNU in 2000. The Aviva name was adopted in July 2002. Thereafter, most of the group operations, except for some strong local brands, were carried out under the uniform brand Aviva. During March 2005, Aviva acquired the RAC plc breakdown recovery operation for around £1.1 billion. In July 2006, Aviva greatly increased its presence in the United States by acquiring Ammer US Group, a Des Moines-based financial services company founded in 1896 in a $2.9 billion, £1.6 billion deal. Ammer US Group was rebranded as Aviva USA when the acquisition was completed. The company continued to use the Norwich Union name as the trading name in the UK until 1 June 2009, when it became formally known as Aviva within the United Kingdom. The launch was supported by a £9 million advertising campaign to promote the rebranding, one of the most expensive ever in the UK insurance field, with the participation of celebrities including Bruce Willis and Alice Cooper. In July 2012, Aviva announced plans to sell or close 16 non-core businesses in order to simplify its activities and boost shareholder returns. As part of the plans, Aviva announced the sale of its operation in South Korea and the closure to new business of its bulk buying annuity unit in the United Kingdom. In August 2012, Aviva announced that up to 800 jobs would be lost following a reorganization caused by further turmoil in the Eurozone. In December 2012, Aviva agreed to sell Aviva USA Corporation to Athene Holding for $1.8 billion, £1.1 billion, as part of a plan to improve shareholder returns and reduce the group capital's requirements. Athene subsequently sold the life insurance business of Aviva to Atlantic Global. Aviva's main activities are the provision of general and life insurance, long-term savings products, and fund management services. The group has around 36,600 employees, £379 billion of assets under management, and 43 million customers. CEO Richard Harvey retired on 11 July 2007. His successor was Andrew Moss, the former group finance director. Moss was paid an annual base salary of £9,25,000 for his role as chief executive. Moss resigned on 8 May 2012 after shareholders voted down a proposed senior management pay deal, which would have seen Moss increase his basic pay by 5% despite several years of Aviva underperformance. John McFarlane was appointed to the board of Aviva plc in September 2011. Following the departure of Aviva's CEO, Andrew Moss, McFarlane assumed the role of executive deputy chairman and became executive chairman on 1 July 2012. On 28 November 2012, Aviva announced that Mark Wilson will become CEO on 1 January 2013. In May 2008, Aviva became Norwich City Football Club's main sponsor. In a 2009 television advertisement starring Paul Whitehouse, they feature a Plymouth Argyle FC fan who uses Aviva car insurance, followed by a Green Army chant. It also acquired the naming rights for the redeveloped Lansdowne Road Stadium in Dublin, Ireland, and will now be called the Aviva Stadium. In 2010, Aviva also took over sponsorship of Rugby Union's English Premiership from Guinness. The 4-year sponsorship deal is valued at £20 million. So students, we got to know about the various aspects of Aviva. We went through the company's history to its present market scenario. Hope you must have got useful information about the company. Have a nice day.